Hey there, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out one of the MSW Media Team training tutorials. Today, we're going to be talking about templates within the G Suite Drive. So right off the bat, you're probably wondering what is a template and where can I find them? Well, hopefully this video will help you figure out all of those questions and more. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right in. You'll need to get logged on to your web browser of choice. As you'll notice, I'm already logged on to mine. I've chose to use Chrome today. It always seems to work a little better with the G Suite Drive. As you can see, I'm also already logged on to my account. You can tell because of this little bubble right here. It not only has my picture, but when you hover on it, it lets me know that I'm on the Larissa at msw.org account. Directly to the left of that, you're going to see this little cluster of bubbles. These little, or dots, I suppose you could call them. These little dots here are an indication that this is your navigation menu for your G Suite account. So if you click on that, you'll notice that a white box pops up with all kinds of icons on it. These are all of the different resources that are available through your G Suite account. So depending on what web browser you're on, this might look a little differently, but just look for your little icon and then look for the dots directly to the left of them, and that will be your navigation window. So like I said, once you're clicked on that, you're going to see this box here. The particular tool that we're going to be using and navigating through today is going to be the G Suite Drive. You'll be able to find that by the icon that looks like the little triangle, the green, yellow, and blue, and it will also say Drive directly underneath it. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that. You'll notice that it's going to take you into a landing page for your G Suite Drive. Now this is going to look a little differently on each one of our screens because it's going to depend on the different folders that you have set up on your account, the different documents that you've been accessing within your G Suite Drive. So don't expect to see everything exactly the same on this screen. Before we go much further, I want to make sure that you are logged on to the MSW account. And the way that you can always double check that is by looking in this upper right hand corner here. You should be able to see the MSW logo along with your icon. In some cases, if you haven't uploaded a picture, you might just see a colored bubble with a letter in it. It should be the letter of your first name. All right, so if you're already logged on to your MSW account, we're just going to go ahead and start working through where do I find the templates. So over here on the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to have your navigation bar. The one that we're going to be focusing on today is this button right here that says, it's got the plus button and it says new. So we're going to add a new document. Now there's other options within here, folders, uploading, all of that kind of stuff, but we're going to skip right over that and we're going to go to this one that says Google Docs. Before you click on it, I want you to take your mouse over this little arrow right here. You'll notice my cursor is circling around it. When I put my cursor on that, this box over here popped up and we had two options available to us. We have a blank document and from a template. And if you haven't caught on yet, we're going to be working with templates today. So we're going to go ahead and click on that from a template. Once the Google Docs is going to open up a new browser for you, and within that you're going to see the template gallery. It will say that right up here at the top. And you'll notice within the template gallery that we have two different options. We have the MSW Ministries option and we also have the Generals option. We're going to start on the General one. The General option is all the templates that G Suite has already created and has put out there. There's a lot of different things out there. You are welcome to use any one of these templates. You can take one of these templates to start with to build your own template, or you can just use it the way that it already is. With these templates, a lot of formatting has already been done for you. You'll notice that some of them have plugged in pictures. So it's just a lot of really great stuff to work with here. This will be a really great resource for you when you're thinking about trying to create your own documents that you ultimately want to save and maybe keep reusing over and over again. One of the things that we're starting to build as well is an MSW Ministries template gallery. When you click on that, it's going to take you to a screen, and right now it's still in the very beginning stages. We don't have a whole lot out there, but this is where all of the templates that the MSW team will be able, you'll be able to find all of the templates the MSW team makes here. These templates will be available to anyone within the team. So if there's a template that for some reason you want to just have internal for your ministry, then you'll need to keep that on your personal drive. Within this drive, you'll notice that we've already created a couple. One of the ones that I have already had a couple requests for, because you guys have noticed that we've been using it, is this MSW meeting notes template. And all you have to do is just click directly right onto the template and it's going to open it up. And once it does, then you're able to just go ahead and edit this document any way you want. You can change the meeting name, you can change the date, you can write who's been attending the meeting. And then we just have some bullet points that we thought were relevant, or at least for us when we're doing a meeting. Just a kind of rundown of what the agenda are, what notes you want to take during the meeting, what the action items are, and then when the next week's meeting and agenda is going to be. Now, obviously, you can change this to fit your needs. So let's just go ahead and try that real quick. If you were wanting to just take your meeting notes directly onto this and not change any of the formatting, that is great as well. So let's just go ahead and call this one test. We're going to call this one template test. Fantastic. And you'll see that it's already all set up there. Now I'm going to go up here, and I don't want to keep it named MSW Meeting Notes. I want it to have my very own name. So I'm going to take this part off here, and I'm just going to write template test because that's what we're doing today. Oh, I keep spelling template wrong. Let's fix that real quick. Template test. And once I started typing, you'll notice that this box popped up. And what it's telling me is that this document is going to be saved in My Drive. Now, if you're wanting to save it someplace else, you are welcome to do so. All you have to do is just click on that little box there. You can hit this back arrow, to find your My Drive, shared drives, or you can star it. There's all kinds of things you can do there. But we're not going to do a whole lot with that right now. We're just going to focus on trying to create or just trying to use this template. So if you have it in My Drive, you can just hit this arrow right here. But because it's already showing in My Drive, there's nothing to save. So we're just going to go ahead and say, great, that's where I want it to go. It's going to show in My Drive. And you don't even have to do anything further. It's automatically going to save in your My Drive. And we can go back and test that theory here in just a second. All right, so what I did is I just X'd out of the window I was in, and because there was two windows open, it took me back to the Google Drive window that was already open. So once you're back on the My Drive home screen, you'll notice that you may have to hit the refresh button to get the document that you were working on to show up. And then once you've done a refresh, it should pop right up for you. You'll notice that it will show it as one of the most recent documents that you were working on. And if you'll remember, we called it template test, and there it is. So you can just open that right up. And hopefully it worked the way it's supposed to, and sure enough it did. It shows the changes that I made, and by no means did this mess up the template that we had saved in the template portion. So you can do your meeting notes right onto this, and you don't have to worry about it, and you can save it wherever it makes sense for you. All right, so I'm going to close this document back out and go back to My Drive. Now let's just say, for sake of argument, you have a template that you already love and that you want to use, and you're like, this is really cool. How can I have this in the template option for myself? Well, let's just go back to this Add New here. We're going to hover over Google Docs again. We're going to hover over that arrow, and we're going to go and we're going to select this option from a template. So now we're back on our template screen. You'll notice that the blue highlighted area right here says MSW Ministries. If you're not sure if it's highlighted, then just click on it and it will take you to the screen. Once you're here, you'll notice right over here there's a button that says Submit Template. And so what you can do is you can just select that button right there. Obviously you can read through this, but then you're going to select the document that you want to put on the template drive. And so before I started this video, I went ahead and created what I was calling a Discover Hope business letter. Now, obviously you can do whatever makes sense to you, but you'll notice that the one that I have here is Discover Hope business letter. So I'm just going to open that one up, and it's going to have the open option. I highlighted it. And then down here, open is going to become an option. So you're just going to go ahead and select that open. You'll notice that it shows right here that it says Discover Hope Business Letter. Fantastic. We want to make sure that we decide what category we want to put it in by just clicking this arrow right here. On the MSW Ministry page, we have three options available. We have the Basics category, which is this one back here you can see kind of in the back window. We also have the MSW Media section, and then we have the MSW Music. Now, as the needs become, or as we become aware of the needs, if you need to have your own little file structure where there's one named by your ministry, so we could have a Discover Hope or a Be Encouraged, you'll just need to contact the media department and let us know what your needs are, and we'll get that taken care of for you. For the time being, we're just going to go ahead and use the basic file that already exists. So I'm just going to select that button right there, and then I'm just going to hit Submit. And you'll see that that document popped up right here. So now we have a Discover Hope business letter template that anyone can use. So you can just open that up. And all of the stuff that I created beforehand is already here. It's got the logo. And so then you can just go in here and start typing whatever information you need, and you can save that document into whatever file you see fit. It cuts down on having to drag and drop your logos in every time, having to create these design elements. It can just kind of cut down on some of the workload you have every time you go in. Now, let's say that you have a document that you want to upload excuse me, that doesn't already live on the G Suite Drive. I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to go back to my Drive home screen. And what we're going to do is we first have to add that document. Let's say it lives on your desktop, for example. We're going to have to add that document to the G Drive in order to upload it into the templates, which is really pretty easy to do. We're just going to go back over to this new button. When you select that new button, you'll see this option right here that says File Upload. We're going to go ahead and select that button. And again, I went ahead and created a document while before I started this video so that you guys didn't have to see me messing around with that. And I did this one right here called Fun Sample. And right now you can see over here in the bottom right hand corner that it's uploading. It tells me that the document is there. So I'm just going to X out of that window, and I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to refresh my screen so that I can see that document. And again, this one was called Fun Sample, and when I refreshed, you see it pop up right here. So now that's living on my Drive, which will give me the capability to be able to go ahead and load it back up into templates. So again, we'll just go here to the new. We'll go to Google Docs, we'll hover on the arrow, we'll select From a Template. It'll take us back to the Google Docs template gallery. And then we can just go through the same steps that we went to before to add the Discover Hope business letter. We're just going to submit the template, or submit a template, excuse me. We're going to select the document. And you'll see that all of these documents are, all the options that we have are the different spaces within G Suite. So like I said, you'll just need to make sure that you upload it to G Suite first. And so we're going to go to My Drive. And I'm going to do a search because I don't see it right there on the top, and it was called Fun Samples. And we're going to hit search, and there it is right there for me. So then I'm just going to select that. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to select my category again, which is going to be basics. I'm going to hit the submit button, and it will take just a few seconds, and then voila, we have a Fun Sample template now available to us as well. So again, there are a lot of different ways to use templates. You can upload your own templates from your desktop or from your computer. You just need to make sure that you upload them into your G Suite Drive first, and then you can submit them here on this screen. Now, if you decide that you want to use an existing template, then you can go to one of the existing templates that we already have created. I'll be deleting these shortly after, but you'll notice that the MSW meeting notes will be available there for you. We've got some other ones down here, but for the most part, these are ones that were specific to our needs. So we're going to let you guys kind of create the templates that you need. If you have questions, you can always reach out to the MSW media team. In the event that you have some template needs and you're unsure how to create them, we'll be happy to answer questions with regards to that as well. You can always also go, as I said earlier, to this general tab and build your own template from a template that already exists. And you can, like I said, just open up any one of these documents, change the headers, move the stuff around a little bit, and then save it as the Be Encouraged template, if you will. So there's all kinds of options out there. And as I said, I'm really glad that you've decided to join us. We'll be happy to answer any further questions that you have. If I need to dive a little deeper into the templates, I'd be happy to do so. Just one last covering. If you ever decide that you want to use a template, you just need to go right over here to this button here. You're going to go to Google Docs, you're going to hover on the arrow, and you're going to say, I want a Google Doc from a template. And it will open up a new browser for you, and you'll be able to choose from all the general, or you may choose from the MSW ministry templates. Let's just say, for sake of argument, you've created the template, but you're like, oh, I totally forgot to put this section on mine. Well, you can just go right here to these three little bubbles, and you can say edit. And that will be editing the template, not creating a new document. And the way to make sure that you know that you're editing the template, it will say right up here, DH business letter in template gallery. That means you're actually editing the template. If you were to use it any other way, just by clicking on it and typing right on it, you're not editing the template. You're only editing a potential document that you want to use. I hope that makes sense to you. But like I said, right now we are editing the template that lives in the template gallery. So let's say you forgot to add a section and you want to make sure that your signature picture always shows right there. You could just go ahead and just type in your name right here, because you know that it's always going to be your name that's on this document. I'm typing too fast, clearly. And then you can just go back because it's already saved. Close this window. We'll go back to my templates. So this was the one that we just edited. So we're going to open it up and make sure. And again, I just changed the actual template itself, and sure enough, there's my name. So now the way to know that you're in the document for editing purposes, so you're in a meeting, you want to take down some notes while you're in the meeting, right up here it's going to show you that it's what drive it's being saved to. This is the template, but it's being saved to your personal drive with the edits that you're making specifically for that one meeting. So I can make whatever notes I wanted to on this if it was a letter that I wanted to send out today. Again, I'm so glad that you've decided to join us to learn all about templates, and I look forward to answering any questions that you might have. And if we find some needs that we need to continue to dive deeper into templates, I'll be happy to answer those for you. All right, well, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.